Hi everyone, I'm Shapiro and this is your mini highlights video of some of the key points that have been shared by our speakers during our step 1, which is open up and get ready to receive your beloved. So we had the wonderful Ariel Ford sharing that with us that, how can we open up to love right now? And she said that we want to start to acknowledge the love that we have in our lives right now, that we can actually have many soulmates, and that, how we recognize a soulmate is someone that we share unconditional love with, someone that we feel at home with. And this could be our friends, our family, and to actually make a list of all those people in your life and actually start to share some love with them. Think of a way that you can share some love with them today. And this is a great way of starting to open up to love. She told us that when we're wanting to manifest love, we want to ask, believe, feel and receive. So when we ask for love, we've got to believe that it's possible for us. We've got to feel it in every cell of our body, right? She said that, for her, a happy and smiling woman was the most attractive quality in a woman. Men love to make women happy. And it's extremely attractive when a woman is smiling and happy. And for a man, someone who's trustworthy and loyal. She taught us about the steps to manifesting a soulmate. Number 1, forgiveness. Number 2, create a list of heart qualities from someone who will contribute to your happiness. And then number 3, create a ritual to release your list to the universe. These are some of the things that Ariel taught about us. So let's move on to Susie and Otto Collins. They said that, one tangible step in opening up to love was to start to focus on what you want and get clear on what you want rather than what you don't want. If you focus on what you don't want, it's going to grow and expand, and you'll probably find that you keep attracting what you don't want. They told us that the number 1 most attractive quality in a woman is her glow, her radiance, her vibrancy. And out of this comes a natural smile that men find irresistible. And for a man who is on purpose with his life, one who is powerful yet able to be vulnerable at the same time. So some steps to attracting true love. Give yourself a new story. Leave behind the stories of the past, the I'm too old, the I'm too heavy, I'm not attractive enough, right? Make a commitment and become willing to do what it takes to have love in your life. Start to notice the language that you're using, the stories that you're telling yourself. Become willing to learn the skills, the new capacities to attract that great love of your life. And how do you know when you're pushing love away? When things are constantly difficult, when you use global statements such as, if only, or all men are, or all women are, or I can never. When you fight for your own limitations, anytime you're resisting, this is how you'll know that you're pushing love away. And they gave us some exercises for opening up to love. And one of them was to start to say yes more, to actually stop automatically saying no and start to say yes to open up to love. And also they, let's move on to Patricia's son. Patricia's son, what's one tangible step in opening up to love right this moment? She taught us to start to notice within ourselves, are we really ready to do it? There's a difference between thinking we're ready and actually being truly ready to do what it takes for love. What is the most number 1 attractive quality in a man or a woman? And she said, a woman, receptivity, softness, and being present is mesmerizingly beautiful. And for a man, being confident and someone that we can feel safe with. And steps for attracting true love from Patricia. She told us, when women are radiant and in magnetism, they will naturally draw love towards them. Being real and authentic, being true, not faking it, not performing, and to start to ask, what am I doing? How am I inspiring myself? How am I inspiring others? Is it healthy? Is it wholesome? Start to question those choices and those actions that you're taking. Start to become curious about another person rather than just making assumptions about external appearances. You know, who is this person? Being open and receptive to love. Let's move on to Grace Chattin, our final speaker for step 1. You know, she said about when I asked her about, you know, a tangible step for opening up to love, she said, you know, to ask ourselves, how can I have a better relationship with myself? How can I start to love and cherish and respect myself? That this is the foundation for really having a relationship with another person. And I asked her, what is the number one most attractive quality in a woman? And she said that real, powerful femininity. And in a man, she said a man that is masterful. And she gave us some pointers for loving ourselves first as a foundation for loving and being loved by another person. So starting to engage our will, making a commitment to educate ourselves about relationships, how they work, and what makes a good one. Becoming aware about our choices and our actions, and that they are actually creating our experiences. Starting to make conscious our underlying beliefs and messages we have been given, and realizing that the role models we may have been given are unhealthy, and that we can start to make the choice to learn a new way. She also told us about being clear on our vision and values, that this is very attractive. We want to start to ask ourselves questions such as, what am I passionate about? What makes my soul sing? What do I want to do with my life? You know, if I was looking back on my life, what legacy do I want to leave? How do I want to make a difference in the world? By starting to get in touch with our purpose and our passions and our vision for our lives, we can become very attractive to other people, and we actually draw that love in. And we're actually going to, even more than that, draw someone who is also aligned with our purpose and our passions and our vision, which is going to make for an amazing relationship. So these are just brief highlights. You will find more in your highlight workbook. It goes into these in more depth. I'd encourage you to have a look at that workbook. I'd also encourage you to have a look at our upgrade package, where you're going to get all of the recordings. I've just given you little tasters. You know, you're going to get recordings where each of our speakers go into this in so much more detail. You'll hear coaching, with them coaching participants on the calls, answering questions, talking about their own experience and what they did to open up to love in their own lives and how they met their soulmate. Right? So you're going to be able to download all of these recordings and have them in your car, listen to them like a resource library. You're going to get a follow-on program with me, with the guidance and support and personalized individual attention that you need to actually implement this learning. You're also going to get some super valuable and on-track love bonuses donated by some of our top speakers on these series. I really encourage you to have a look at that. It's an amazing offer, under $200, $197. There's even a payment plan available. You know, this is such a small investment to absolutely be on track with magnetizing your soulmate to you and have that deep love that you're so yearning for. I really encourage you to have a look at that. I so look forward to being with you for step 2, which is healing trauma and letting go of the past. Lots of love, everyone. Bye-bye.